Hello, my name is Joshua Day, the Executive Director of MissionFit. Let me go ahead and tell you a quick story about one of our youth, Zion, a 17-year-old boy who wants to get a football scholarship to go to college, but doesn't have access to a gym. So he pretends to use the restroom at his local YMCA and sneaks into the gym. Even youth who are working hard to achieve their goals are being held back just because they don't have access to knowledge and spaces to help them succeed. Sadly, this is all too common. And this is a youth who is actively seeking opportunities for the sake of higher education. Why does a kid have to go through such lengths in Baltimore? Has health become a commodity only available to those who can afford access? MissionFit exists at the forefront of this issue. Using exercise as a vehicle, we are strengthening the mind, body, and community of Baltimore's youth. According to a study done by the Aspen Institute and Under Armour in 2017, the majority of our youth in Baltimore do not meet the CDC's guidelines for physical activity. Lack of exercise has been proven to cause mental and emotional complications alongside the physical issues for all ages. Not to mention, exercise has been shown to increase factors directly correlating to better grades and overall cognitive function. While schools are the primary place to address youth, they lack the resources to solve the problem, and our over-reliance on this institution has led to failure. Other institutions, other spaces, and new innovative solutions are needed to address this pandemic of both national and local scale. We at MissionFit saw this as the opportunity to combat childhood obesity and foster youth's desire for physical activity, while simultaneously creating more health and wellness role models to create a community that allows our youth to feel safe and express themselves in constructive ways. In our market analysis, we found that there were numerous organizations providing health and wellness, but many of them struggled with the same issues: coach quantity and retention, as well as coach quality. Schools and other youth-serving organizations struggled to equip themselves with the amount of coaches they needed, and those they had weren't fully equipped with the technical skills, emergency measures, didn't have a coaching certification, and lacked youth engagement strategies. We believe that we can create the greatest impact by creating qualified coaches that can foster welcoming communities all throughout Baltimore. MissionFit started as a gym that would partner with schools and provide workouts for youth, giving them a place to blow off steam, develop mentor-mentee relationships, and find strengths they didn't know they possessed. We are also aiming at introducing an improved workforce development program. We aim to teach youth who aspire to be coaches and develop current coaches by giving them core competencies that are strictly enforced in other counties, such as CPR, AED, and concussion management, as well as youth engaging strategies. Depending on the program and applicant, youth will receive a mentor, study materials, and 100% financial backing on the certification of their choice, and upon completion, earn employment in the coaching sector. We're asking for a $160,000 grant to make this happen. Originally, I was going to talk about Corey, who was in the pictures you see on this slide. But to me, this story is personal. It's Corey, but it's also mine. I'm a product of the change that MissionFit is creating. I was exposed to sports and athletics at a young age, and these were the vehicle that I rode to where I am today. From Bumblebee Soccer to D1 cross country and track and field, I learned how to have fun, how to work as a team, how to turn failure into growth. In high school, my coach gave me the skills to be the master of my fate. Over those 4 years, he taught me to turn my dreams into reality through hard work, setting goals, and making a plan. For me, this turned into multiple scholarships, and now this is the gift that I want to give to others. In college, I led classes for my peers, and now at MissionFit, we are inspiring a culture of health in Baltimore and the next generation of leaders, and hopefully, Corey and our other youth can be the next generation of coaches, inspire more change, and take MissionFit to new levels. The current model of youth wellness in Baltimore is one that mirrors a top-down approach. Youth-serving organizations develop goals they feel are appropriate, with minimal voice from the youth themselves. Without the youth's voice, youth retention in physical activity and sports sees detrimental outcomes. According to a Sport for All, Play for Life report, the rate at which youth on a sports team of an unqualified coach wouldn't return the following season was a whopping 26% versus 5% under a qualified coach. In our process, MissionFit coaches communicate with the youth-serving organizations and youth to learn desired health outcomes and build the program accordingly. Our competitive advantages are integral to our solution. We have adapted our youth wellness program to mandate equal voice for youth and tailored to outcomes, an 8-week-long goal-oriented engagement. Unlike other organizations, we have our own physical space. Out of the many wonderful youth-serving organizations, most of them do not have their own gym and have to partner or share space where time is the limiting factor due to the high demand from many entities. In our space, through our workforce development program, we're creating a community of highly skilled coaches that know youth engagement strategies, youth-specific parameters regarding exercise, emergency protocols, and exercise safety. MissionFit coaches possess skills such as CPR and AED certs, principles of progressive load overload, youth engagement strategies, and how to create an exercise program with short and long-term goals, as well as a collaborative approach tailored to the recipients. These advantages uniquely set us up to solve an existing organizational and institutional need across Baltimore. As you can see with the investment-driven revenue, program-driven revenue triples over 3 years. As we create our own coaches, they use our space to train out of, which affords increased capacity to serve more programs to paying customers. When the investment has run its course over 2 years, the organization will be more sustainable and turning a small profit by year 3 due to the newly built system of revenue and impact generation. This system will be the backbone of our growth and will feed our ability to create additional impact. As more coaches graduate, more youth are served. This will in turn drive more revenue. As mentioned, the initial investment will kickstart a system that, by year 3, powers itself. Without investment, we will continue to be hampered by lack of manpower. With investment, by 2022, we expect to have added 28 new coaches to our community, which would mean we could serve as many as 500 paid youth wellness sessions. This will solve the current manpower blockage that prevents us from saying yes to new youth programs and will jumpstart the coach development system with a leader to support staff in implementing the program. To create this system, we're seeking a grant for $160,000 spread over 2 years. This investment would support 3 things: staff necessary to create and oversee the program, space needed to coach coaches for their development and their career as a coach upon graduation, and development and implementation of the first 2 years of the program. Currently, with 2 staff, it's difficult to oversee the youth-serving programs, lead workforce development, and build a sustainable organization. A 2-year investment in a new staff person will resolve that issue until the program becomes sustainable. Presently, the space works for small groups, but we've reached capacity. In order to produce repeated cohorts of coaches and to make the space one that can accommodate more youth and coaches, it needs to be expanded and upgraded. Lastly, the program itself needs an infusion of funds. These funds will be used for materials, coach stipends, and things like contractors needed to build a program that creates well-rounded, successful coaches built to thrive in Baltimore. We will measure our success here through 3 main measures: coaches graduated, increase in youth served as a result of our newly afforded manpower, and revenue generated as a result of this system, which speaks to the sustainability of the overall organization. This is a picture of Micah. He's not actually celebrating. He's demonstrating proper cueing and overhead press form, but I am celebrating. Celebrating because MissionFit is forging a path forward for Baltimore's youth. Sadly, youth like Micah in Baltimore do not have access to safe spaces or knowledge with which to exercise, release energy, and engage in a positive, healthy community. We have a solution. We're creating a community that strengthens Baltimore's youth. I hope you'll join us in that mission. Thank you.